What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, back on Duelingbook. I haven't done this in a while, but I was doing some crazy testing, and man, I just had a pretty wild duel that I want to show you guys. So he is playing Crystal Beast, and I'm pretty much going to fast forward through game one. As you can see here, I straight up bricked, hoping that super polymerization would do anything. He starts with Dimension Shifter, so it's off to a really bad start here, obviously. Huh. I think he actually added an ultimate crystal monster to his hand. Right? When this card is summoned, you can place one from your hand, deck, or graveyard. It didn't really matter, so I think that was fine. Alright, so pretty much an awkward handle, though. He does have evenly matched, which destroys my deck, but actually bricking helped me out a lot. So this is just an unfortunate hand. I open Aleister, Magical Meltdown, or Terraforming, an Invocation. So 3 copies of Aleister, in a sense, which is not that very good. So we'll see what ends up happening. But I'm just going to go through the normal, Invocation plays. Nothing too surprising here. And that's going to go ahead and go into Invoked Macabre. But I am playing against Crystal Beast, a deck that searches quite a bit. So this is actually like not the ultimate end board, but it does beat evenly matched. We'll see if he ends up even using it. He goes for Pot of Prosperity, and I'm thinking, boom, shakalaka. Like, that's a very good thing for me. So he's going to look at the top 6. He's going to add Crystal Bond to his hand, and even better for me, because he's not going to be able to use it this turn. Although I don't really have great crackback, so we'll see what ends up happening. But, on res, obviously, Droll and Lockbird. I think this card is very good. I think it's very underrated right now. So he has to reveal an ultimate crystal monster from the hand, and then I think he gets to special one from the deck, and then place one in the spell and trap zone. There was a little bit of confusion here. I got confused because the last game he actually searched an ultimate crystal monster, right? It cannot do that. Yes. That confused me. He says Pegasus no search, and yet there he did. He did last turn. But he's going to try to, bring this 3K body out. It's fine. I'm just going to negate it. As long as I just keep it online. Also, I just have Aleister next turn anyways. So having the 2 copies, I guess, kind of worked out. And then off the top, obviously, having Nadir Servant is essentially the end of the game. So Aleister can go ahead and search me. His evenly match is doing nothing now. Although I guess he's thinking if I can clear the board, but when I destroy these, they go to the face-up spell and trap zone. This card, I don't know, it's not really great. Oh, I guess the idea is always that you're just going to use it turn 0. It just seems especially bad. Like, there's no way to clear your own board to use evenly, which is a very niche interaction, but I still feel like it's kind of relevant. But Nadir Servant, go ahead and send Herald of the Arclight. This is a really cool interaction, so I can add White Knight, right? 500 attack. Or the Herald 600, White Knight has 500. So that I can send it to the graveyard, which also searches both ends. So White Zoa, the new Dogmatika ritual that's coming out, is like much better. But this is still one of the cool interactions that the deck can do. So I'm going to go ahead and send Titanclad. And I think I'm just going to go to the battle phase here. I think I forget to use the effect of Titanclad during the end phase. So pretty bad misplay for me, but what are you going to do? All right, he's going to go ahead and go for Pot of Prosperity. That is perfectly fine. Yep, that's cool. That's fine. I was thinking about not trying to negate this. I was thinking about chaining White Zoa to look at his extra deck maybe, but there really isn't anything that important. So he ends up drawing into nothing, which lucky for me. But a couple forms of decent interruption, or 3 at that point. So I know I'm going second this time, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and blind some really powerful cards like Evenly Matched, like Lightning Storm, which is going to be a little bit more affordable now. It's coming out in the new set, which is nice. Seems like it's going to be about $10. I will definitely be picking up a playset pretty soon here. And Dimension Shifter, you hate to see that. So he's going to go for Ice Spell. Ice Spell is going to go ahead and summon out from the deck. That's Glass Bell. And then Glass Bell is going to summon it from the deck as well, or add to the hand Snowbell, but Snowbell special summons itself, so same difference. It is probably like... him reminding me of that is going to be very, very, very funny. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more damage there, 400. It's not coming down to the wire just quite yet, but we'll see what ends up happening. Not a great opening hand. Like, I really need these going second cards to even out the playing field a little bit, if that makes sense. He does get the extra normal summon, but I don't think he uses it for that. I think he can place one of the Crystal Beasts into a spell and trap zone and then search a spell and trap. I just wanted to read the trap that is Crystal Miracle. It's a basically negate for a spell, trap, or monster effect, which is very easy to proctor out with the Cosmic Cyclone. He's going to go ahead and negate it. I think this card banishes from the graveyard to do something or other. But I'm going to go ahead and call back row, getting rid of most of his cards. He does go for Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and I'm just going to have to pass. I could normal summon Ecclesia, but I do have 6,000 life points left. He has no cards. His top deck was Crystal Bond, which is really depressing, so that's a very good draw. But he's going to go ahead and search for Sapphire, and he's going to place the Rainbow Dragon, face-up spell and trap. So he's going to go ahead and equip there. This equips from hand deck or graveyard, meaning that it seems like he's kind of close to being out of his engine. But this is going to take me to 1,550. So we'll see. Top decking the Dogmatika punishment makes me survive at least one turn. But yes, evenly matched does come down. So that's what I was talking about. It's funny, I didn't even remember this happening, but I was talking about when you have a deck with evenly match, like, you got to be able to, like, clear your own board somehow, and that's, like, an impossible thing to do with Crystal Beast. But no effect. I just need to survive the turn, because if I put this in defense position, when he attacks over it, it's gone. So if he has any normal summon, I lose. Although that's actually not true. I have the answer for the normal summon. Like I said, I have, helped myself survive for at least one turn. And he is going to summon out from the deck the Rainbow Dragon, and he thinks he's got me beat. But we're going to go ahead and go to the battle phase. I can send a Sure Egg. It is a 3k body, which is pretty good. It definitely helps. So I'm going to go down to 50 life points. He has 8,000. So my back is against the wall. Top deck and evenly match doesn't really do anything. Any normal summon beats me, right? Because I think Pegasus is... How much attack does Pegasus have? I think it's more. 1,800. Yes, it does. Any normal summon beats me, but he's going to go ahead and I'm going to pass. I'm actually going to take out Spellbook of Master. Not a very good card, so none of these cards are doing anything for me. But I'm going to activate Spellbook of Secrets. I get to do some really cool stuff, man. This card is great. Spellbook of Knowledge plays really well against Mystic Mine and just so many other things. I draw into double Aleister the Invoker, which is certainly not terrible. But I'm going to go ahead. I have no face-up cards. Lightning Storm, call the back row. He's going to go for Dimensional Barrier. That's fine. I just need to set a card and pass. Hope it's enough. 1,800 defense is actually pretty decent. So he's going to go straight to the battle phase. Top deck's another Dimension Shifter. Love to see it. Hate that card. I'm going to try to use the flip effect. Yes, this is a flip effect as well for some reason. It's not a flip monster, but it does have a flip effect. So I'm going to go ahead... main phase 1, Spellbook of Knowledge. I can spend a Spellbook card. This is actually would be Blue Boy, which would be pretty good right now. And now, can't activate that. Spellbook of Fate. No, I do not control a spellcaster monster, so that means I just have to go ahead and normal summon Aleister, not use the effect, banishing 3 from my graveyard to banish his Crystal Wing, which cannot be destroyed by battle. It also negates monster effects, obviously. This card is insane. It's a very, very good card. Holding on to that for literally the entire duel. But I can just go into a regular Aleister the Invoker plays now. Maximus can go ahead and summon itself out, basically making his Pot of Prosperity a lot worse. And then I can go ahead, I can send Titanclad and Wind Pegasus, 2 forms of interruption. And he scoops. Can you believe that? With 50 life points left. 50 life points is an anime duel. He had left. I was trying to type that, but I can understand the frustration when you're but 50 life points away from killing your opponent. This really puts in perspective how life points don't matter. Also hilarious that I was able to put up Secure Gardener to protect me from, battle or effect damage. Very, very funny. It's also one, especially when you take no effect damage for Lester turn. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that was a pretty fun duel. What I'm going to do now is go over a few replays, if you're not familiar with the deck, because it wasn't the greatest showing in the world, but the deck is actually pretty cool. So yes, I have decided to add 1 copy of Blue Boy. Now, it's geometrically opposed to Aleister, which is like the worry part, but when you're only running at 1, it's kind of strategically placed where you search it if you need to, or if you open it, you know, it's never going to be perfect, but I can go ahead and search now with Dogmatika Punishment. Really, depending on what I'm going to get off the top here, you do have to believe in the harder cards a little bit, but I'm going to be able to just have a Pot of Greed, which is definitely not bad. So I can go ahead and activate, you know, Spellbook of Secrets, putting, let's see, in the graveyard. 2 spells in the graveyard. Then I can go ahead and what I'm actually going to do here, I'm going to try to play this smart. So this lets you return any 1 spell or trap from the field to the hand. So if I just save myself a little bit of fuel, you never know if I need Spellbook of Fate later. This is obviously a fake duel, but I think you can get the point here. So now it gives me 3 counters. Sometimes you got to get a little creative with it, but during the end phase, obviously, I'm going to be able to special summon out Jowgen and search 3, which is just truly incredible what you can do in this deck. No doubt about it. So super polys here, Dogmatika Punishment, Ash Blossom, Drolling Lockbird. So like if he does start with Dark Ruler, he's got a lot more interaction, you know, to contend with. Some of it very high impact as well. If you ever wanted to see what Absolute Gasoline looked like, I've showed this just like one other time before, but this is just bonus after the, you know, the replay. So Aleister the Invoker can go ahead and search. You know, this is just very good together. I thought about, you know, taking out Aleister, but you know, when I see this, it's honestly just a little too good. So I can go ahead and summon out there. I'm actually going to go through the regular ones. I could have gone through the Magistus monster, but, you know, I might as well normal summon it, wait later, you know, in case I have the draw 2 in the deck. But that's 2 spell counters, and now here comes 3. So White Knight can go ahead. Herald can search. I actually was able to pull this off in a duel. I lost the match, so I'm probably not going to record it, but yeah, I was able to do this exact thing, and it was just really crazy. It felt really cool. But I can go ahead and special summon out, grab Dogmatika Punishment, which, like, it doesn't, if you could handpick your hand, this is probably what you would choose, right? So, you know, during the end phase, I get to special summon out and add 4 spellbook cards from deck to hand, which is obviously not too bad at all. Going on into the next one, this is just kind of like a regular one. You know, Spellbook of Secrets is really good. It's a good pivot spot depending on what you need, depending on your hand. And then I can go ahead and activate Judgment. This is very similar. Search Aleister, you know, Aleister normal summon. And I can actually chain Wisdom. So this is a free spellcaster. Sometimes you just need that 1 extra 1. So I can go ahead and send a couple cards. You know, grab back Invocation, grab back Aleister, and then I can set Spellbook of Fate, end phase 3. So I have the answer for the normal summon to get over Jowgen, and then I also just get an additional search off of Ecclesia. This hand was like much better than you might, you know, have originally thought. This is actually just kind of insane, you know, what you can do. This card is very, very good in the right situation, which is most of the time. And then, you know, you get to hard open, you get to do some cool stuff. Obviously, a little mistake there. You want to use Spellbook of Judgment first to get all those spell counters in, and then here's Blue Boy in action. So before, there wasn't really anything too great to search here, but, you know, you get to search a spell card, which is really, really nice. Opening up Spellbook of Knowledge is also just kind of insane. I get to send Titanclad. I just want to have, you know, the answer, you know, for the summon here, so I'm going to go ahead before I use Spellbook of Knowledge. You know, there's an extra deck monster on the field, which is the important part. That's going to go ahead and search the trap. The trap I'm going to go ahead and, you know, set at the end of the turn here, but then I do get to draw 2. It's like literally Pot of Greed, and I'm at 3 spell counters. Might as well add 4 here. This is just for follow-up, and I can set to pass, which is really not passing, right? You go for Jowgen, and then I get to search 4. This is how the deck works. You know, I'm still refining the list a little bit. I think the list that I came out with was fine, but there's always room for improvement, and I think I'm getting a lot closer to being where I want to be. But yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.